What's up, homie?
What's cracking, y'all? What's going on, B-Dirt? My boy Tay Boy Fresh. We on the Homies podcast on a Friday night, man. Sorry if my mic sounds like big trash right now because I've been fooling with it for about 25 minutes and it ain't acting right. So when you hear me talking, I'm talking through my camera or my headphones. I can't tell which one right now. But I've been at it for about 20 to 25 minutes. I'm going to tell on myself. And I should tell on Tate about that zesty thing he said backstage, but I'm going to leave it alone.
Not the worst one. Not the worst one that's been said backstage.
No, all I said to him was a rendition of what he said originally. That was the worst one.
And not even as bad. Not even as bad, Tate. You tried to lean into it and couldn't get to where he was.
B-Dirt, was you there that day or was it Pay that was there?
Oh, no, I was there. I was there. It was not.
I'm glad you was the one, bro, because if it was Pay would have.
It'd have already been leaked.
Yeah, he would have figured out how to get some leaked backstage conversation, man. I'd have been in big trouble, bro. But no way. I'm glad it was just you two, man. But what's up, man? What's up, fellas? What's up? What's up, Tate? What's going on? Looking like Liberace over there with the piano in the background and the couch and stuff, man. What's cracking, man? What's going on with you?
Not too much, man. I'm off site, obviously. You know, you don't know. I could be in the back of the barber shop. I could be at some corner room in a pool hall. You don't know where I'm at, man. But you know where I'm at, Big G.
The streets.
The streets. You already know.
Yeah. I know he's in the streets somewhere in Ohio. Let's just say that Tate is lost. Let's just say Tate is lost in middle America somewhere in Ohio. Let's just say it like that. And if you know, you know. B-Dirt picked up probably what I said right away.
I know.
Lost in middle America somewhere in Ohio. That's what I'm going to say. Where the location, I have no clue, but he's lost in middle America somewhere. Man, B-Dirt, what's up with you, man? What's going on, bro?
Not much, man. I'm just trying to, match your energy. So I've turned my mic decibels down. Try not to, if people got to turn it up a little bit more to hear you. I don't want to blow their eardrums out. I know I can, bloviate a little loud at times. So I'm trying to make it good for the listeners.
Man, it's all good, man. Don't change yourself based on what my mic being big trash is about. I can't help it right now, man. So we just gonna move forward with the show. Hey, Reginald Rivers said you in the Diddy Club, Tate. Did you see that?
No, he said, "What's up, Diddy Club?" Like all you jokers.
No, get Reggie out of here.
I don't know. I took it the same way.
I hope you got
G
the
did.
graphics. I hope you got the correct graphics tonight. Well, I almost cussed, man. We almost got us fined by the FCC, man. But I hope you got the correct ones tonight. Go ahead and
I don't have the boom boom padded room. That's what you're talking about.
Okay, well, you know where Reginald Rivers got to send itself off to right away, man. Old country.
Old country?
Yeah. Holla at you, Reg. See you in old country, man.
What old country coming right up?
Yes, sir.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
See, and he said, no, Tate, Big G is right. So, Tate, that was justified because that wasn't an old country for me. That was an old country for some things that were said. So I
didn't say nothing. You said if what Tate said backstage, I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, man. B-Dirt, don't act innocent, man. Don't act over there humming like he ain't got nothing to do with it.
No, I throw mine out there when we're live on air.
Yeah.
Hey, but be dirty. It wasn't even my no Diddy. I didn't make a mistake in saying no Diddy. Big G was having mic problems.
You were poking fun at his.
That's all I was doing, Big G.
His indiscretions from a couple weeks ago. I know what it was.
I had a slippage in my vocab, but I didn't. That was you.
Big Pun said, I'm out there on the Thunderbird already. Pun, I'm not on the Thunderbird, bro. I'm not out there doing that, bro. No, I don't. Matter of fact, Pun, I'm not going to tell or incriminate anybody about what they do away from the podcast. But punishment, I done heard some things about you, bro. I heard you be on that Quavo and that Old English, man. So I'm just gonna say I don't know if it's true, but that's what I heard in the Steelers streets, man. Before we get started, man, let me thank everybody for joining us early and often in the live chat. Jar Devil's in here, man. Craig Withrow, what's up? Luke K 777, Reginald Rivers. Afton, what's happening, girl? What's going on with you? Tim Lyons talking about that I enjoy my time in the Matrix. Get up out of here, Tim. You should put him in the Matrix just for that mess, man. Claude Bishop. Claude's here early. So that means Claude's trying to start something tonight, man. I can feel it already. George T, what's up, man? Jar Devil, what's up? AFL 67, Big Punishment, man. And Kathy, Mother of Afton, is in the building. What's going on with y'all? And I'm quite sure there's going to be a whole bunch of people because you know how we get out on the homies all day, every day. So, fellas, if we don't have nothing else to say right away, let's take a quick commercial break. Let's pause for the cause, get all our bills paid, get it out of the way, and then when we come back, we can talk AFC North football.
People still drink OE, huh?
Man, they still drink Quavo, Old English, Thunderbird, Cisco, Mad Dog 2020. If Four Locos is available somewhere out there, the Steeler fans be like alcoholics, B-Dirt, man. They be like alcoholics.
Last time I had any of that stuff, it was the 1990s.
Yeah, they be like alcoholics, man. So somebody said for Hennessy, yeah, hey, man, there's a lot going on over there in the live chat already. They twisted on the weekend. But yeah, let's take the commercial break. Let's pause for the cause. If you're watching us live on YouTube, we'll be right back after we pause for this commercial. If you're listening to us, wherever you get your audio podcast, Google, Spotify, and or Apple, we'll take a break, and we'll be right back with the Homies Podcast on Steel Curtain Network. And we're back on the Homies Podcast Friday. Y'all could be anywhere else on a Friday, but y'all chilling with us, man. I'm telling you, they over there talking about 40 ounces of Coke 45, Jack Daniels honey from me. They over there, man, they getting it in. They B-Dirt, what's going on with them, bro? They getting it in, man.
Ain't nothing but a Friday night.
That's facts. That's facts. Hey, Luke Case, that's our first topic. Right off the bat, you're ahead of the game, so we appreciate you. He said, Big G, there's a rumor that Rodgers was in the Berg today. Not only was there a rumor that Aaron Rodgers was in the Berg today, Aaron Rodgers made a quote to a reporter that's a Pittsburgh Steelers beat writer, a guy by the name of, what's this boy name? I don't want to misquote him. Jack Sperry. Jack Sperry quoted on Twitter.
Man, Jack Sperry said. The Jack Sperry, the dude from Steelers Talk. Chat Sports.
Man, he quoted
Jack okay sometime, but Jack be on some old ippity skippity. Let's just call it that sometime. But go ahead, man. Not to cut off your voice.
You good, bro. He said there was a major hint that Aaron Rodgers is going to sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers based on what he said today. Aaron Rodgers said today, and I quote, I believe there's a team that might play Chicago this year on a road trip with the eyeballs. So, this saga with Aaron Rodgers, let me just say this. I'm saying it right off the bat. I'm done with Aaron Rodgers. I don't want him in Pittsburgh. Not me. I'm done. I am done with Aaron Rodgers. So I'm going to throw it over to Tate. Tate, man, what is this mess, bruh? What is it? Because I can't take it no more. It's already, he ain't even signed yet, and it's the mess all over again. What is going on with this dude, bruh?
Well, that's just it. You really can't be mad at him. He's not a member of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So why is you mad at a player that's a free agent, that's not even on a team? And that, my friend, is calculated because, Aaron Rodgers, 40 years old, 41 years old, don't like to do the extra training camp stuff, don't like to report and all that stuff. He holding out. He ain't holding out. See, but if he was holding out, you'd be talking. Now he's not even on your team and you talking. What he's doing is letting all this extra little kiddie practice pass by. Then he going by the time middle to end of June come, he gonna be on the squad. He gonna go to Latrobe, and when he throw for 30 TDs and 8 interceptions, and you win 11 games, you're gonna be happy. I'm gonna keep this clip right here. Just be there. Give me a receipt for that one, please. I said Big G is gonna regret what he had to say.
I ain't gonna regret it even if he signed because I'm done with Aaron Rodgers.
I cannot keep receipts on everything Big G regrets it, he says. There's not enough paper. There's not enough paper.
Dirt, man. I'm telling you, I'm done with him. It's 5/23/2025, and I'm done with Aaron Rodgers, man. B-Dirt, you're not a Steelers fan, man. You're a Bengals fan. But do you understand what he's doing to the Pittsburgh Steelers and how this is making us feel? It's almost like we the side chick, man. It's like he done found everywhere else he can go, and he got a side chick on the side.
Oh, hold on a second. I'm gonna tell you right now, Big G, you're right, but you're looking at it in a micro when you should be looking at a macro. Right now, professional football is the side chick to Aaron Rodgers.
Oh.
Aaron Rodgers got a lot of other things that have his interest right now more than playing professional football. He's just going to show up and play because he's going to get about $35-40 million to do so. If he wasn't, I don't think he's in it anymore. I don't think he has the interest to play like that anymore.
You think they're going to pay him $35 million?
I don't think he plays for anything. Doesn't start for a 3.
Nah, it'll be a 2. It'll be a 2-0. Matter of fact,
I would bet on that.
And I also think Big G, you gearing your frustration, and anger the wrong way. You calling Aaron Rodgers playing Steelers like a side chick. The Steelers is waiting. The Steelers decide to do this. This is not Aaron Rodgers doing. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers doing to themselves.
And listen, I would make more sense to me what you said, Tate, about him skipping all this time and all these other things if he was with a team that he was with for a couple years. With a brand new team, I think you'd want to get out there. They're not going to make him go through the drills like 100 mile an hour, but I think he should be out there learning more of his, not only the playbook, because you can give him the playbook. You can teach that without him being there, right?
Yeah.
But just the speed at what his team runs routes, who does what, like the little idiosyncrasies of what a team sport is like. He needs to be there to understand those things.
You're right. Hey, Big G, read that comment right there.
He said, agreed, Tate, from lifelong fan 07, man.
Okay, agreed, Tate. That's all I want to hear. Go ahead.
Man, get about it. Listen, man. Listen, let me say this. And I'm saying this, and I don't care. Y'all can say I'm biased. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about me. The Pittsburgh Steelers is a first-class organization. We ain't no side piece, bruh. We ain't no side chick, bruh. We ain't no 2 a.m. booty call, bruh. That ain't us. That ain't us, bruh. That ain't us. So why are we putting up with this dude? Let's move on, man. We're a top-flight, first-class organization. That's who we are. Why are we putting up with this? I'm telling you, I'm not with this, bro. I'm not with it. That's why I say I'm done with Aaron Rodgers, man. Y'all got quiet. So, I mean, it must be right. Dirt.
I don't disagree with you. Listen, as a Bengals fan, I like the situation the Steelers are in right now with quarterback. I feel like I'm in a win-win situation. I think you're going to get somebody who's half-hearted, and on the back nine, I'm going to say this, on the 18th hole of his career, or you're going to have Mason Rudolph, and I'm fine with it either way.
Well, of course, as a Bengals fan, because you're winning. But with us, this is not us, man. This is not us. And
I agree.
I don't understand. I take maybe you can see through the dark, see through the mist. I just can't see us about us being a second or third tier organization, man. I don't understand this, bro. I can't deal with it, man. I just can't.
Big G, see, you too worried about the optics of it all right now, right? That's what you're worried about. Fact of the matter is, the Steelers are where they're at because they choose to, and they're not worried. Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. They're obviously okay with whatever he's doing because they're waiting. I mean, so there's no reason to even make a deal about it. Why was he in Pittsburgh today if he's not going to play? He just want to come to Pittsburgh from his mansion home in Malibu, California, or out one of his favorite cave places. That's what he wants to do. Come get a Permane Brothers sandwich in Pittsburgh.
No, that don't sound right. That don't sound right, man. But I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm out on him. In my opinion, it would serve the Pittsburgh Steelers in the best interest moving forward past 2025 to find out what they have in Will Howard. Finding out what you have in Will Howard puts us in the best. Go ahead.
B-Dirt, there it is. There it is. Hold your sign up, B-Dirt. You still got it? He want Will Howard to be the starting quarterback.
Absolutely, I do. Find out what you got in him.
Big red and gray bias.
No, I'm saying Mason is the bridge. Allow Mason an opportunity to be a bridge quarterback. And then from there, find out what you got in Will Howard. So then that way you need to know whether or not in 2026 you need to go get a quarterback.
And you
That's
go
all
from,
I'm saying.
You go from 11-6 to 12-5 to you flirting with under 500, 8-9, 9-8.
I don't believe that. But Peter, what's your take, man? What you thinking, man? I don't believe we're going no 8-9 and 9-8 with Mason Rudolph or Will Howard starting quarterback. But Peter, what's your take, man?
I predicted yesterday on the show that you guys are going to go 7-10.
7-10. That's
right.
Even with Aaron Rodgers?
I don't care who's playing. Yes.
Oh my God, man! Normally I don't put the co-host.
And listen, I'm going to tell you this right now. You know this as well as anybody. For the past several years, I've just blindly put the Steelers over 8.5 wins and bet it blindly. The first year, I'm not touching that.
So but why? Because so let me ask you this question: with Kenny Pickett and Mitch Trubisky, you blindly put us there. So you don't think that Mason Rudolph and Will Howard is better than Kenny Pickett and Mitch Trubisky? That's what you're saying.
Not much, and you lost your number one running back from last year. Now, listen, will the kid be an upgrade? We maybe not. We said this about the offensive line last year. You never know what these rookies are going to be about and who's going to get injured and all this other stuff. And then I watched the defense towards the end of the year last year, and they look like they're getting older. TJ Watt looked like he was getting dinged up towards the end of the year, wasn't quite as good or as effective as he was early in the year. You got Cam Hayward, although had a good season, didn't finish as strong. And I just feel like that's kind of where they're at right now. And the side of the ball, the defense, that really is what you've been able to hang your hat on for years and really won those games with the Kenny Pickett's of the world and those kind of things. I don't think they're going to get the explosive plays that they've gotten in the past as often to win those games. That's it.
All right. So Tate, I'm gonna be subjective to what B-Dirt said. We add. So I know you believe this. You think that DK Metcalf's better than George Pickens. And I know you believe that Robert Woods is better than Vance Jefferson. I know that right off the back. I know you believe that Caleb Johnson is better than Najee Harris. And you add Derek Harmon, Jack Sawyer, and go ahead.
Najee's proven. I'd say Najee's proven, but I think Caleb Johnson can be a really good talent, but we don't know. So,
yeah, probably has more room for upside, but has to prove it, right?
Okay.
And a lot of times there's a little bit of a learning curve there. That's all.
So you add Yahweh Black, you add Jack Sawyer, you add Derek Harmon to the defensive line. You add Eccles and you add Slay to the defensive backfield. Is the Pittsburgh Steelers worse than they were last year, Tate? Because I don't think so. I think we're a better team on the 53-man roster top to bottom. Regardless of who's playing quarterback, I think we're a better team.
I don't think they're worse. I think they're just as capable as they were last year. I believe TJ Watt was injured. I believe schematically they'll use TJ differently. TJ will play differently. TJ will come with a different – he already has a great mentality. He'll come with a different fire. He's open to being a chess piece and move around the board. I think Minkah Fitzpatrick will have a bounce back year. He has a couple slow years because I think, again, schematically and strategically, they'll put him in places where he can succeed, which they haven't been doing the past couple of years. Okay. Cam Hayward was all-pro last year. No reason to think he won't come back this year with more help on the D-line. He can be fresher in games and towards the end of the season. I like that. Patrick Queen in the system another year. He's going to be better. Peyton Wilson was first team all rookie defense last year. He's going to be better. I mean, so the defense is not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about the offense and the quarterback play because I haven't seen it yet. I know what the defense is capable of. So, Pittsburgh's downfall will be because the quarterback play or the offensive line didn't play up to par. One of those two. If they were to ever go 7-10, which they haven't been 7-10 in 24 years.
Long time, yeah.
24 years.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. The 53-man roster has gotten better.
53 is overall better. Yeah.
Yes. And the schedule is not as grueling as it was last year.
Last
year was grueling, man.
You don't have a stretch where you play the Bengals, the Ravens, the Eagles, the Chiefs, and then the Bengals again. You don't have that stretch.
Right. That's good. And I think from a schedule standpoint, we're in a better position than what we were last year. So I'm not being funny and I'm not being argumentative. I'm just saying I don't see 7-10.
We can agree to disagree. I didn't expect when I said that. I didn't expect you to agree with me.
Yeah.
Tate already said he thinks he's going to win 14.
No, hell no.
I think I'm closer than he is. I'll say that.
Oh, yeah. I'll agree with you 100% on that one, B-Dirt.
If anything, we dead even because they don't win less than 11. I'm three off and you be 4 off. So I think I'm closer than you.
I think it's fool's gold, but we'll see. I mean, it's got to play out. Look, there are some wild cards to your team. Like when I say the defense, I feel like they're not going to be as explosive. I'm talking about the big turnover plays, the big splash plays, forcing turnovers and making those sometimes into touchdowns, because I don't see Yaya Black and Jack Sawyer, although I see them as very solid pieces. I would have liked the Bengals to pick them up, to be honest with you, but I don't see them as splash players. But you do have, out of the rookies, I really think Derek Harmon and Caleb Johnson are your two wild cards. I think they could make a couple game swing depending on how quickly they develop. And then what's the tackle you guys signed? Fautanu.
Yeah, he's a rookie
last year. So how he jumps back from injury and starts playing, I think he could really help you too. So I do think there's a path where it's 9-8. I think if you go 10-7, it's an incredibly great season. I don't see 11, 12, 13, 14 wins. I just don't.
Hey, we got a super chat from Juice Bellamy, bro. I don't know if you see
what's the Vegas line, B-Dirt?
8.5.
So you took the under.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I took Vegas line was 11.5 for the Ravens, 10.5 for the Bengals, 8.5 for the Steelers, and Browns 5.5.
Okay, so you took the under on the Steelers. All right. Juice Bellamy, man, we thank you for the $1.99. Juice said, didn't the Steelers go 8-8? Worst roster in 2019, B-Dirt. Did they go 8-8 with a worse roster in 2019? That's the question to you. So 6 years ago, the Steelers had a worse roster. Yeah, they had a horrible roster.
That was Mason Rudolph and Doug Hodges. So yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Great defense.
Great defense, you're right. I'm not worried about the defense. The defense is worried about in the Queen City. That's what you have to worry about.
I agree with you. I agree with you there too. But I'm just saying at some point in time, there's a fall off on defensive players that age. I started seeing cracks in the armor last year. I'm not going to hang my hat on it. Now, am I going to bet a whole bunch of money on the under? I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not going to roll in there 5 units deep, but
shout out to the homie Juice for the $1.99.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Juice, all day and night, twice on Sundays, man. All right, Tate, let's take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the Cincinnati Bengals because I feel like we got problems. I feel like the Bengals got problems. I feel like the only team really in the AFC North don't have no problems is like the Browns.
No, I think the Ravens got better. So that's the thing. I think the volatility in between our two teams and the Browns, those 3 teams, I think the volatility of where they could land in their win-loss record at the end of the year is a big gap.
Yeah, I agree, bro. All right, so let's take this break. We'll be right back. We're going to play our bills. If you're watching us live on YouTube, and we appreciate everybody because there's a lot of folks over there in that live chat. I'm seeing folks I've never even seen in there before, so we appreciate you guys rocking with us on the Homies podcast on Steel Curtain Network on a Friday night. If you're watching this, just give us a second. Wherever you get your audio podcast, Google, Spotify, and or Apple, make sure that you give us a 5-star review. Hit that like button as you're watching the show right now. And we'll be right back with the Homies podcast on Steel Curtain Network. Absolutely. Make sure you get the algorithms up. You hit that like button. Make sure you give us a 5-star review wherever you're listening to it and or watching the podcast. The Homies on Steel Curtain Network. We done lost Tate. They done went bananas, B-Dirt. He gone. Ross with the sauce. So we got a super chat by Danny Littlejohn. He might have lost his Wi-Fi. Dirt, can you click it and pull that up? Oh, Tate got it. He pulled it up. All right, man. Danny Littlejohn for the $1.99. We appreciate you. Steelers are and will be better on the defensive line. That's facts. That's 150% facts. Jack Sawyer, Black, Harmon absolutely is going to make the Steelers better. Dirt, what you thinking, bro? You muted. Dirt. You muted. Oh, okay.
No, I'm not. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I told you this last year when you talked about how much better your offensive line was going to be. Don't hang your hat on rookies. You got to get your feet wet in the NFL. It's not the same as the college game. It just is what it is. And I want to go back to the comment here before that with the Steelers had a worse roster in 2019. I think you guys are living in the how they finished that year, not how they started that year. Because they started that year with Ben Roethlisberger at quarterback, James Conner at running back. Now, listen, wide receiver, I think you got him because they got Dante Moncrief and Juju Smith-Schuster.
Oh, God.
Vance McDonald. So Juju actually had a good year that year. It was the 1 year he did. But you go left tackle, Alejandro Villanueva, left guard, Ramon Foster, center, Marquise Pouncey, right guard, David DeCastro, Matt Filer at right tackle. So you got a better offensive line in 2019. Then I'll go to the defensive tackle. You had Cam Hayward, Javon Hargrave, and Stephon Tuitt. Then you had TJ Watt. You had Mark Barron, Vince Williams. I think he probably upgraded a little bit there at linebacker. Bud Dupree had a good season and that was a really good game, season by him. You had Joe Hayden, played well. Terrell Edmonds, Sean David, Steven Nelson, and Mike Hilton.
That DB room was horrible.
Mike Hilton was good. Joe Hayden played well for you. That's not true. Sean Davis, probably need a little bit more there. And then Steven Nelson, Artie Burns.
Yeah, but B-Dirt, right now, look at our DBs now. Look at our starting 4 DBs. Joey Porter Jr., Slay, Mika Fitzpatrick, and baby boy from the Baltimore Ravens we got last year, Elliott. Dog, that's 4. And we got Eccles playing nickel corner.
Slay.
That's a way better defensive back room. Way better.
Slay gets AARP.
Okay. Okay. He gives up plays every now
He's
and
the
then.
same age as Patrick Peterson. You want him back too?
No, but he's a better player than Patrick Peterson.
Yeah. There's a reason why the Philadelphia Eagles let him go. I'm telling you.
Because they over the cap. They can't afford all those guys.
Telling you.
I will say this about the Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles draft the replacements for their players. And once they know that those kids can play, they allow the veterans to move on. That's how they've been able to finagle and beat 3 Super Bowls in the last 8 years and win 2 of them. They were able to do that because they draft the replacements, sit them behind them for a year, And then once they see that that guy can play, they have to next the guy go. They drafted Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. As soon as they saw they could play, out the door, Darius Slay. That doesn't mean he was necessarily washed. That means that it's time for him to go. They're going to do the same thing with Nakobe Dean. They drafted that Campbell kid, middle linebacker from Alabama. As soon as they find out he can play, Nakobe Dean's out the door. They're gonna mess around and do that with them wide receivers.
Well, it's
with
the same
Smith
thing.
and AJ Brown, they're gonna do the same
I've
thing.
talked about with the Bengals, like how do you spend so much money on 3-4 players? The Eagles are showing you how.
Facts.
You got to replace those young guys with young guys, and you got to get it right. When you don't get it right, it's going to all unravel like you're just pulling the thread on that tennis ball, just gone.
Yeah. And that's why I say I think the Steelers did a good job with getting Jack Sawyer, Black, and Harmon. That replaces Hayward. Maybe if Watt needs some snaps off and all, whatever else, you're replacing guys as you're moving forward. Because the Steelers, and this is just my opinion, Dirt, and I'm going to leave the Steelers alone. We're going to talk about something else for a minute. The Steelers are the only team I've ever seen in my whole life remain relevant during a rebuild. They're the only team I've ever seen do it. Most teams, when you lose your franchise quarterback and your roster falls off the way that the Steelers fell off from 2019 to 2022 with those horrible drafts, they still are making the freaking playoffs.
See Bill Belichick.
No, but they never rebuilt. They had their franchise quarterback the whole time.
What?
The whole time they had Brady.
That's what I'm saying. See Bill Belichick. As soon as he lost Brady, like you said, the Steelers kept it together, kept that winning record going, and the Patriots just unraveled.
Right.
I do, like, I think it would be smart to, as a strategy, Jack Sawyer does a very good job of setting the edge, when he goes in at the edge. I think playing him on some more first, second downs and giving more breathers to TJ Watt and make sure he's out there on second and long, third downs.
Yeah.
I think that could help him immensely for the season as a whole, too.
Yeah. Agreed, man. Agreed. So
you need him out there those last few weeks of the season and going into the playoffs. If you're going to make a run at all, you need him ready to go at that point.
Yeah, we need Hayward. And so Harmon's going to spell Hayward a lot. Black is going to secure the middle a lot. So you need those guys to the Ravens ran for 300 yards on us, 299 yards. They killed us at the end because you could see, like you said, Dirt, as the season went on, we relied on that defense, and that defense was out there getting smoked.
A lot of wear on those tires, yep.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Dirt, the Bengals, man. Now, I'm not being funny when I make this statement. Hendrickson, we don't know. The rookie on some other BS. The organization signed in the offseason the big three. What is the state of the Bengals right now today? What's the state?
So there was just some confusion in the verbiage with Shamar Stewart. And by the way, what we don't know what we're going to get from him week 1 or for that matter week 10. But they gave him verbiage of our 2024 draft pick, and he wanted the verbiage of the 2020. It's just literally the verbiage of how the bonuses get paid. Has nothing to do with the amount of money and everything. It's silly. He's there at practice. He's getting along with everybody. He's in the book. He's just not participating in the drills so that he doesn't get hurt. He'll be there. I'm not worried about that. I'm not concerned about it. They offered and this is the Bengals MO. And I'm telling you, this is part of the things that drive me nuts about our front office. They offered Trey Hendrickson $28 million a year. Oh. Now, hold on a second. When Trey wanted to redo his contract last offseason, that was above the going rate at the point in time. And that probably would have got the deal done if they offer him 2 or 3 years at 28 per.
Okay.
Now, Big G, we all know today's price
ain't yesterday's.
Price.
That's facts. That's
facts. So listen, he's not going to get Myles Garrett money. He's not going to get Max Crosby money. He's not as young as those guys. He's not, those players. He's just not. But when Danielle Hunter gets 1 year, $34.5 million.
Yep.
So now he's pointing like, okay, I want that money, right?
Yeah.
Now, I don't think he's going to get that money because Danielle signed 1 year contract.
Mm-hmm.
Trey's wanting a multi-year deal, wants to put his roots in Cincinnati. And I think they would all like to get that done. But for 3 years, he's not getting $34 million. He's just not. And I think it's a good play by the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't think they want to be paying him $34 million when he's getting ready to turn 35. So he does one thing really well. We really like to have it out there. Is he going to? My question is he going to take? Are they going to meet in the middle and do 2 years at $30 million a year? Or is he going to sit out and then, is it Hassan Reddick all over again? That's my fear because it's very similar stats, very similar contract holdout.
Yep.
And I don't want that to happen to Trey because I like Trey. Trey's a good dude, man.
So B-Dirt. And this is just me. Why not trading? Why not trading? Why not trade Hendrickson?
They tried. So Trey Hendrickson's camp came to the Bengals and said, hey, we would like to seek a trade. We're very confident we can get a first-round draft choice for Trey in a trade.
Okay. And
they went out and never sniffed close to a first-round draft pick and came back tail between their legs like, hey, that's all the reports in Cincinnati are saying. They tried to. They said they could get a first-rounder, and they could not. So he's not – I mean, would you give a first-round draft pick for him?
No, hell no.
I would not.
But see, that's the point. And maybe that's the point I'm getting at. Why would the Bengals, at this stage in the game, okay, it's May 23rd of 2025, okay? We're approaching, most teams are already reported a little bit for their OTAs and all whatever else, right? He's not nowhere close to the Bengals building. He's not playing around. Okay.
He was at practice. He did interview at practice.
Okay, so he's not
dressed in a polo and dress pants.
Correct. So at this stage, I mean, he's a veteran. He's a proven veteran. But do you trade him for a second? Do you trade him for a second and maybe a fifth or a sixth?
I think they would be open to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they would have been more likely to do that before the draft because we only had 6 draft picks in this draft, and I think they would have been more likely to do that. But Big G, at the end of the day, he's still under contract for the Cincinnati Bengals this season.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't show up by week 6 and get on the field by week 8, he goes right back over. And listen, I hate to tell you this, 26.4. You know what that is?
No, have no clue.
That's the going rate right now to tag a defensive end.
That's cheap.
And if you don't think the Cincinnati Bengals will do that, you don't know the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah.
They definitely would tag him. And then are we looking at tag and trade? Either way, I think he's gonna play for the Cincinnati Bengals, whether he get a deal done, or he comes in week 6. I think he plays for the Bengals this season, and I think you may see a tag and trade depending on because everybody else that we really need signed is signed.
Yeah, facts. And Dirt, really, to be honest, they really still have control of him for 3 years. If they really wanted to just be like jerks about it, they control him this season, and they could tag him twice. And he would have to be with the Bengals organization. I don't think it's going to get strung out like that.
I don't either, and I really hope it doesn't.
Yeah, but I can see that happening, bro. I can see because he's 31? If he plays 3 more seasons out of the Bengals 34, he's not going to get no money nowhere else. It's over. He's not going to get no more bread. This is it. And I understand his side of it because the NFL stands for not for long. And if you don't get your money on your contract, then you're hurting yourself. So
now listen, I think
bro,
that number's going to still go up though, right? For that defensive end. So if they tag him for 2 more years, so he's going to play at 16, he's probably going to play at 28. He's probably going to play at 31. It's going to be about $27-28 million when you get all said and done with it for 3 years.
Yeah.
I just wish they would just give him 2 more years, make the money $30 million across the board, and everybody be happy with it. But I don't know. I don't know if he'll be happy with it. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's and maybe this is the what's not happened yet for him. What has not happened is certain teams that feel like that they're close enough to. You must have a crazy comment.
Big Pug got a good
right
comment. He said Hendrickson's sack totals will fall now. He doesn't get a padded stats versus Dan Moore twice a year.
That's some big facts on that because Dan Moore is big trash. Dan Moore's dumpster juice, man. They should have got rid of his ass 2 years ago, but that's a whole nother conversation. So, but Hendrickson, right? There's teams that they feel like they're close. I think the teams that feel like they're close is like the Washington Commanders, the Detroit Lions, the Green Bay Packers. These are NFC teams.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, they just need that one guy, maybe even them trash Dallas Cowboys. Maybe one of those teams feel like they just need one dude to get them over the hump.
The problem with that, am I taking the second round pick if I think it's going to be the 60th overall?
Yeah, but they're not going to trade him to a middle of a pack team though either.
That's what I'm saying. So if you're gonna trade him to the Lions, where do you think you're gonna be drafting at? 28 to 32 if you're the Lions.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna say, hey man, I'm not gonna trade Trey Hendrickson for the 30th pick.
Yeah.
I need to guarantee I'll be in the top 20.
Yeah.
So are you gonna give me your 30th pick and then give me something else that I could trade up with?
Yeah.
Are you gonna give me 1 and 4? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll think about it.
Yeah. Hey man, so yeah. All right, so we're going 2 quick things and we're gonna get out of here, wrap this joker up, and we're gonna go on over to overtime, man. Because we do AFC North show, and even though Pay's not here, and even though you know how I feel about the Browns. Dirt. I think Shedeur Sanders is starting quarterback in Cleveland. I believe it in my heart. I'm hearing what's coming out of the coach. I'm hearing Ohio. I'm hearing Ohio. I'm hearing what the coaching staff is saying. Dirt. I think he's the starter.
I wouldn't be surprised, man.
Yeah. So if he is, listen, they might have identified their franchise quarterback. They might have identified him. And if they did, does Cleveland step in front of the Bengals and the Steelers? Do the Browns step in front of us? Because they got hella defense over there. They got hella D. And they got offensive weapons. And now they got a running backs with Quinshon Judkins. And as a matter of fact, they got 2. They got Dallin Sampson from Tennessee and Quinshon Judkins. They got 2 tight ends. They got the kid from Bowling Green State University and Njoku's. They got a gang of wide receivers. They got a young offensive line. And they got hella defense. I'm not saying that. Listen, I'm saying hell no. But in your opinion, do they step in front of the Browns and the Bengals and the Steelers?
Their best linebacker is not going to play this year.
But they drafted the kid from UCLA.
Yeah. I don't think he's as good, especially not right off the bat. I do like, they're interesting to me. They're interesting if they get good quarterback play. Still to be seen. Going to have there's a lot more learning curves than there are Jaden Daniels out there. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
And then they have turned over some of the offensive line. That's got to gel together. And some of their explosive players, again, you're starting to see them starting to age.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. How will Delpit still play? And the safety room, I think, is a question mark to me.
Yeah. I know it
Yeah.
sounds wild, but man,
like I said, could be a
players, man.
Yeah, I would. If you told me they won 4 games or 9 games, I'm not surprised. I'm just not.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I feel. Hey, man, Rob Lightfoot said, "Bet corner time. Dan Moore makes the Pro Bowl this year." Rob Lightfoot, I bet an hour corner time. B-Dirt, mark it down on your paper. I bet an hour corner time right now that Dan Moore Jr. does not make the damn Pro Bowl. Stop that, Rob. Stop that. Dirt, he said it at the 8:48 mark at the show. He bet me corner time that Dan Moore makes the Pro Bowl in 2025, 2026. Bet it, man. And I'll bet an hour. Ain't no way in hell Dan Moore's making the freaking Pro Bowl. He's trash. Matter of fact, he's beyond trash. He's dumpster juice. He's freaking horrible. Hell no, he don't make no damn Pro Bowl. So I bet an hour, Rob, a whole hour. Put your money where your mouth is, bro. You talking crazy. He's not making the freaking Pro Bowl.
All right, so, I got it written down. You got to give me how much time you guys are going to bet.
I bet an hour. I don't see what Rob, he talking crazy. I bet the hour. I bet the whole freaking show that he's not making the Pro Bowl.
Right?
Come on, Rob, put your money where your mouth is. You talking that mess. I bet you an hour. He's not making the Pro Bowl. Hell no. Man, it made my blood pressure grow up. They're talking about Dan Moore going to make the damn Pro Bowl. Get out of here.
No, none of y'all pay back corner time. Y'all just be talking.
Tate, I pay corner. I only owe you 10 minutes. Pay on me a game.
But you owe me 10 minutes, right?
Well, the problem is no one collects on corner time. Everybody wants to keep it and hold on to it and figure out what to do and when to use it.
Yeah, let me talk about my precious. Facts. All right, one subject, and we're out of here. Dirt, you said it already. The Ravens. You're saying they're the best team, bro.
Yes, sir.
I want to hear it, man. I want to hear it.
Man, I really like what they did in the draft. I think they drafted players that fit their team really well. I think they filled some needs and got some of the best players available, which just kind of falls to you, right? So I expect them to mesh, and I let's see. I think I had 13. Was my 13
Wins?
and 4.
Oh, Tate, the Ravens, man, the Ratbirds, bro. Are they the best team by head and shoulders in our division? Are they that much better than everybody else?
I mean, they're definitely the favorites, but it's AFC North football, so it's like you never know what's going to happen. I mean, I think the Bengals and the Steelers are perfectly capable of winning the division.
People get hurt all the time. You got to remember that.
People get hurt. I mean, Lamar Jackson not going to have a season like he had last year. I don't think so. Now they did pick a lot of Ravens type players, a lot of good players, so they're going to be tough. I mean, do we finally start the big fine?
Dirt got him with the big fine.
Got him.
Yeah, but that's facts, man. That's fact. And you know what? I don't know why I'm stuck on this. There's no way in hell Dan Moore's going to make the Pro Bowl. I'm looking at who's tackles in the AFC.
Man. Anyway. My bad. I'm just saying. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the Ravens. We are we going to see regression from Derrick Henry? I don't know. It said, "Whoa, big pun." Hey, Lamar Jackson's overdue for an injury. Some hate. I don't
know if he's wrong. I don't know if he's wrong.
Oh, but that's putting it in the air though, into the universe.
Somebody's got to say it. Go ahead, Big Pun.
But yeah,
that's some hate, Dirt. That's some hate, Dirt. You got Joe Burrow. You don't need to be hating on him, Dirt. That's some hate. You need to be quiet.
I didn't say I wish for him to.
You got Joe
I'm
Burrow,
just saying, guy runs a lot, gets hit a lot.
Yeah. Okay. All right, fellas. We're gonna close this episode of the Homies Podcast out. We're gonna flip over to overtime. B Dirt is the captain of the ship tonight on OT. I just want to get our final thoughts before we get out of here and go on over to overtime. B-Dirt, I'm going to start with you, bro. Your final thoughts, man, with this episode of the Homies Podcast.
Oh, man. AFC North football, always contentious. There's a reason why no one's won it 3 years in a row. Everybody normally has a puncher's chance going in to the year. Okay. Just, who can stay healthy and who can put the pieces together that year. It's gonna be a good season, man. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Tate, final thoughts, man, on the Homies Podcast, bro. You muted, dog. You on the big mute.
I think he's on the big phone.
That's why I was taking that phone call. But go ahead. What'd you ask me?
Your final thoughts, man, as we close out this podcast, man.
Hey, man, I mean, I get it. The Ravens, as we talked about all show, the Steelers, the Bengals mostly, but the Ravens should be favored. I see the Bengals being projected to be better than us because they have the all pro, top three quarterback in the league and
Facts.
probably this first one of the top three wide receiver tandems in the league.
Number
So with
one.
them, it's going to come down to how the defense is looking.
Mhm.
And for the Steelers, it's going to come down to who ultimately plays quarterback and if the offensive line can get it together. I'm not worried about the Steelers defense. I know I get what B. Durr's saying. I'm not worried about them. And check y'all out on overtime. I'm about to step out. I'm remote and I'm, out here. I gotta move from where I'm at. But I'll be tuned in.
Uh-huh.
Y'all running on the Running Through the Jungle channel, right?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
boys say.
we'll send it out everywhere though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it scheduled everywhere.
Yeah.
B Dirt, what it's about? Hit me to it because I'm on the road. I said I wasn't gonna stick around 2 hours. What's it about?
Man, we got some NBA. We're actually not going to try. We know the people don't want to hear me, Big G, argue for 2 hours either.
No.
So we're going to do the NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, then WNBA. It started off, so we got some basketball leading it off, but we got some football in there too, man. Some award stuff I'm interested in, and I might have some sneak peek things that I want to talk about when it comes to gambling, because man, I'm starting to get the itch. And I got to put this date together for the futures bets on Pay Dirt because there's some hot ones this year. I like them.
It's an itch you got to scratch, B Dirt.
Oh man, I'll give you a hint.
Mm-hmm.
I'm real excited about who Vegas thinks is going to lead the NFL in both passing yards and passing touchdowns. Ooh.
Before I get out of here, me and Pay got that running back going. This is the first series of the year. The Reds and Cubs is playing, so shout out to the little fella. I think he's traveling too. But the Reds in the first game one of the series, the Reds are up 6-2 going into the 7th. So shout out Pay.
Yeah.
3-game series. If I get the first one, I think I might control the money. I have control of the money.
Well, my daughter and them might be able to help you out, Tate, because my daughter and them is going to the Reds Cubs game tomorrow in Cincinnati, and they're gonna be big cheering for the Cincinnati Reds, man. So
I love it.
They might be.
Which all of them?
No, just my middle daughter Blessings. My middle daughter Blessings. Yeah, she's going tomorrow. She's going with her fiance tomorrow. My son-in-law, he's a diehard Cubs, but she's a Reds. She's a Red. So they're going to do the rivalry. Oh, she representing.
Okay.
Representing the Reds, man.
Hey, man, I got
jersey, all that mess.
I gotta see you tomorrow too, man. Why don't you swing by my nephew's little graduation party over at Fro Parks between 3 and 7?
Yeah, me and my wife we got to go to a graduation in the morning, but we'll definitely swing over by there, man.
Yeah, you going to Perry graduation in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Rob Lightfoot with a parting shot himself.
What?
What Rob say?
Well, bet the corner time, Rob. Why you talking all that mess? Bet the corner time. Bet an hour. Why you talking? All that mess you talking.
It's not realistic for somebody in the chat to do corner time, Big G. You got to stop saying bet corner time and bet some money. Even if you bet $5, cash happy.
I don't give a damn what Rob wants to bet. Bet it. I don't give a damn. Whatever you want to bet it while you over there running your jaws, running them chops. Bet it.
News story. I think Claude Bishop got out-trolled today.
He might have. Hey, listen, man, last thing before we go. All you guys that rock with us over here on the Steel Curtain Network, we are on the Know It Alls podcast as well. We're at about 830 plus subs, very close to 1K. Me and Tate are over there with Mod. B Dirt is part of the Know It Alls crew. Pay's part of the Know It Alls crew. Tim Lyons is part of the Know It Alls crew. Shannon White is part of the Know It Alls crew. Kirby's part of the Know It Alls crew. Foster and them is a part of the Know It Alls crew. We got a gang of guys over there that do podcasts on the Know It Alls channel. So now, there's the QR code. Scan it. Share it with a friend. Take a picture of it so that way you can share it with a friend. And help us get our subscribers up to 1K. Like I said, we've been doing very well with it, and we appreciate all of y'all, bro. What's up,
Big G?
Yeah.
If we don't go up 5 subscribers out of this show, man, Pay gonna be around putting them Deshaun Watson stickers on your car again.
Oh no.
I'm about to put him out there, bro.
Rob Lightfoot replies $20.
Bet the 20.
Ooh,
Bet
Big
it.
G.
Bet the twump. Bet the twump.
2020.
Bet it.
Yeah.
Bet it. I'm not scared of Dan Moore trash. Get him out of here. Hell no. Get him. Yeah, 20. Put it on there on the receipt, Rob. I needs my money. That's all.
It's on the receipt. $20 bet.
Yeah, facts. So after put the name of the chat, how you spell the know-it-alls correctly over there in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to that channel. Like I said, we're very close to 1K subs. Once we get to 1K, we're going to be doing a whole bunch of different stuff. We're going to give you backstage content. We're talking about doing all 22. We're doing special spin-off shows off that channel. So once we get to 1K, we can do all of that. So we need your help to get us to the 1K subscribers. But you know how we get out every week on Steel Curtain Network. You can find my crew on the Homies and Homies Overtime. You can find me and Tate Boy Fresh on Wednesday nights on Pump Your Brakes with the Triple OG Shannon White. We appreciate all you guys rocking with us on the Steel Curtain Network. Dirt, do what Payday always do this week, bro. Get us up out of here, man.
Yeah, you got to agree to a waiver of being over 18 years old to get that backstage content for sure,
facts.
and arrest Brett Favre.
Holla. We'll see y'all next week.
Let's go.
That was the wrong outro, but you get it. Let's go.